4,488. That's the number of soldiers who died in the Iraq War. 2,220. That's the number of soldiers that died in the Afghanistan War. 1 in 3. The number of soldiers that come home from one of these wars with post-traumatic stress disorder. Right now, more than ever, with these startling numbers, it's important to honor the sacrifices of our heroes. One of the ways that I did it was creating a museum design for the Gold Star Museum.
I chose my grandpa. He was a veteran in World War II. So I wrote a speech about him, and I also did a project about him. I never really realized what happened during the war and how hard it was for a lot of people until I actually wrote this speech. I learned a lot from this project. I learned, obviously, the experience that my grandfather had during the war, and I learned how important sacrifice is. I'd just like to dedicate it to my grandfather. I never met him.
Well, as I did the project, as we went through the stages, not only did I learn about the veterans and what they went through, but also just what they sacrificed. Well, it really affected me just because it was interesting to see these people's personal views, what they sacrificed, why, and just their personal backstory. You hear about veterans a lot and what they do, but you never really hear why. And I thought it was really cool to hear why and their stories.
Well, I felt really honored and sort of excited because I had no experience with veterans before, because I don't know any family members or friends who were in the Army, except for Mr. Erickson, of course. They spend time away from their parents and their family, and they do it all just to keep me and my family and everyone else safe. And just the main point of sacrifice, that just really clicked for me, and that's what I mainly learned through this project. Well, I just felt really honored because just the fact that I get to be part of the museum and have my project be basically with the veterans, it just hit me that it's going to be with everyone who visits the museum, and they're going to be able to learn about veterans too and sort of understand what I felt as well.
He was about to be drafted for the war when he decided to sign up for the Air Force. He got sent over to Vietnam to teach Vietnamese soldiers English. We can't stop honoring their sacrifices, but we can't stop the war, but we can appreciate what they're doing for us. So next time you see a story about a local veteran who's being buried, or you see something that happened in the war half a world away, just remember these numbers: 33%, 2,220, 4,488.